Alright, what's up guys? This is Jay Watt for DiZHonorCOD, and this is our first video on the YouTube channel. But basically what this is going to be is just talking about the roster change roller coaster we've had within this first month of being a team. But first off, if you don't know who we are at DiZHonor, we are a competitive, I guess you call us an amateur team. We are It's been, like I said, I'm not about to explain everything, because it's just been a wild roller coaster this past couple, at least these past couple weeks. But basically, we started off. I'm not going to start from the very beginning because we never had a set roster until about maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe. That roster consisted of Clerics, Arrow, Weasel, and Sand. They played pretty well. They played in the Perfect Alliance Organizations, the PA Organizations show match, and took it to it was best of 7 and took it to Game 7, which they ended up losing Dom on Freight, I believe, for to lose the series and whatnot. So, I mean, they played well, but there's just something that when I was talking with Sam, that there's something that it doesn't click right. And some people just really weren't about the grind. I mean, there's no offense to anyone if you watch this. They just said they weren't about the grind. And I mean, I kind of did see that. I did see some people, when they could be playing 8s and getting better as an individual, they were playing pubs. And pubs, with competitive, aren't going to help you. Pubs are not to get better as a player. They're just for, I guess, fun. I mean, if you want to get better as a person, as an individual in competitive Call of Duty, you have to play like 8s, GBs, do something that is along the lines of competitive, not just play pubs. I'm pretty sure domination on Stonehaven is not going to help you with like Blitz on Freight or Blitz on or domination on Octane. I mean, it's not going to help you. As an individual, it's not going to help your gun skill. It's not going to do any of that. So I mean, that made me decide to drop Arrow and Clerics. I wish them the best of luck. And that was about a week and a half ago. And then left us up with Sand and Weasel. I made Sand captain. I thought he was probably the strongest player of the team, and as well as someone who's very dedicated. He's a very dedicated player. Someone who I could see being a lead role on this team. So it was Weasel and Sand. They had a few options to pick up. They had a team of 2 named of Zap and Tweaver. They had a chance of picking them up, but Sand didn't feel like they fit well with the team. We also had a chance of picking up 2 people who we played in that first show match. It was Versatile and Weaver. We had a shot at picking them up, but they weren't about leaving their team to come join us. We ran with a lot of people. We ran with some people who could have fit well, and but they did find some people named Jacoby and Torque, and they're really very, very good players. I mean, Torque and Jacoby, they're a very nice duo, and we tried to pick them up. So we picked them up, and for like probably about maybe 24 hours, and we found out through Twitter that they were a team of 2. They weren't gonna be on board, which come to figure out that they didn't want to team with Weasel. They thought Weasel just wasn't a good fit. That Weasel was holding them down. He wasn't putting up, performing to what they want as a teammate or as for that team or whatever. So I mean, they ended up, Jacoby and Torque decided to just not even ever be a part of Diz. So they weren't really a set roster of Diz, but they just decided that Weasel wasn't who they wanted on the team, and they didn't want to team with him. So and they didn't see Weasel getting dropped anytime soon, so they decided to just become a team of 2 again. So it left Sand in a situation where he tried to grind real hard and get these 2 people on board, and they ended up just like walking away. So it left him back with Sand and Weasel, and he they definitely were trying to get two more people to join. They grinded, and Sam thought it was best. Like I saw, he tweeted once saying that he was just too nice to get rid of the dead weight. And when he tweeted that, I knew exactly what he was talking about. I knew and I knew kind of I had an idea of what he wanted to do. And all of a sudden, it was what day was it? What day is today? Wednesday, Thursday? Probably Tuesday night. Monday night going into Tuesday. That's what it was. Monday night. This is when all the complete drama just happened. I got notified that Weasel was dropped. I found out from Weasel that he was getting dropped because he tweeted something on Twitter, and I asked him, basically saying what's going on, and he ended up calling me and saying that Sam called him and dropped him. He didn't really give him too much of a reason, but it was because he was, like I said, he was that dead weight. According to Sam, he was the dead weight. So I mean, and it's come to think about it, it's not really because he was a dead weight. It's because that Sam was really dedicated of getting Jacoby and Torque on board for DiZHonor, and because he thought he wanted to make a God squad. Like, that's what he wanted, to make a squad that had a chance of being like a top 16 team at UMG Philly. So I mean, they can be. I mean, it's a big possibility. But so he ended up dropping Sam, picking up Jacoby and Torque, and then their third, whose name is his actual name, which is really ironic and weird, is Diz. That's his name, is Diz. So I mean, him coming on board to DiZHonor wasn't like the best thing for him, because he was kind of frustrated with, I guess you'd say, with the name, our name being Diz, and they already had a team pass. They had a team pass besides mine that's under DiZHonor. So I mean, he wasn't too happy with like the whole name being DiZHonor and his name being Diz. I never got that vibe that he really wanted to be on the team. I mean, I even tried to, I said that I was like, hey man, I understand your name's Diz, we'll figure something out, but I think you guys should be under our like the name DiZHonor, and I think you guys could compete and make a name for yourselves. But it ended up being that I would have probably had to pay, because Weasel wanted a team pass and they had an extra one, but Weasel and them didn't have the money at the time to pay him for his team pass so he can get a bus ticket or whatever his ticket is to Philly. And which it kind of come to think about it, I was gonna pay him so he can get his ticket to Philly, and then Weasel and his team pay me back once we get to Philly. So come to think of it, whenever I sat down and thought about it for a while, and it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right at all. The kid, I believe was already gonna end up going to Philly no matter what, whether he met Sam and Weasel or not. Or I mean, and for me to have to give him almost $300 just for him to get his plane ticket, and I mean, it didn't sound. I've never got a good vibe from this kid. I never did. When we were all in a party, I sent everybody a friend request because they were on the team, and he declined it, like, while we were in party. I mean, it didn't make any sense. I never got a good vibe from him. We were in the party, and someone who wasn't on the team was in there and asked what like our team name was, and Sam said we're DiZHonor, and this kid said no, we don't have a name. I mean, I never got the vibe that he really wanted to be on the team, and I just thought I could have probably gotten scammed out of $300 because he probably could have used his team pass anyways, and we all get to Philly, and my roster's them, but they have their own roster on a different team pass. So I thought it was best to just send them the best wishes, saying Jacoby, Torque, and the Diz kid, and move on and pick up The people who we were gonna pick up when it was just San and Weasel. I picked back up Weasel, as well as Tweever and Zap, and I believe that we're gonna end up finding a fourth in the next 24 hours, because I got to get that roster change for you. I gotta send it to UMG. But I mean, I had to do what I had to do, and I didn't see. I wanted to have a good time at Philly as well, and I just didn't. I didn't like feel comfortable with that team. I liked Torque. Torque was a nice guy, and San, and I didn't really have any mess with Jacoby. Like Jacoby, I never really talked to him really. But Torque, he was a nice guy. Jacoby, I just never really got a chance to know him. But I never really was a fan of DiZHOP. I was just going to tell you that straight up. I never was a fan of him. There was just something about him, that some vibe I got from him, that it wasn't like he didn't really want to be on the team, or he was going to sketch, do something. There was something about him. No offense to him, but it's just I wasn't a fan of him. So I had to do what I had to do. I told San, I said that y'all use y'all's team pass, I'll use mine. I'll pick up Weasel, San, Tweever, and then another fourth, and we'll go to Philly at DiZHonor, and you guys go as whatever team name you want to. And best of luck to you guys. So, I mean, it makes us seem so a bad organization, because we've had so many roster changes. Like, we've been on PA twice, and see, that's another thing. They were on PA the other night, on Tuesday night, and they came out pretty strong in the first strike zone dom, and then lost 4 straight to lose the series. That was probably the first time I've seen San go negative or double negative. Like, actually, that's the first time I've seen San go double negative. I've seen him go negative before, but double negative is not San. San's role in that team is not what he's really used to, I believe. I mean, but that's it. That's all I really want to say about the team changes. It makes the organization look pretty shitty on my part, because we haven't really had a set team for a while. But I mean, I'm sticking with my gut here, and I'm gonna keep Weasel, Tweever, and Zap, and we're gonna find a fourth, and we're gonna perform at Philly. Well, I'm not expecting us to be one of those top teams at Philly, but I'm expecting us to compete. That's all I'm really expecting us to do. I'm expecting us to compete, get a couple of W's, and get some experience out of it, and get DiZHonor a little fan base. And like I said, but we're not gonna be that top team. I mean, we got Optic, FaZe, Envy, TK, Complexity. All those teams, like the big name teams, are gonna be there. I mean, we don't have enough really time to mesh as a team to be one of those top teams. I mean, it was the first tournament under DiZHonor. I'm not expecting too much from them. I just want them to go out there and try to win and perform and do the best of their abilities. So that's basically all I have today. If you guys want to, we do have an apparel shop with Spreadshirt. People say Spreadshirt's pretty shitty, but I kind of like it. Like, I don't mind it at all. Like, it's a pretty nice quality in my opinion. But we have this black hoodie here. We have also a white hoodie, as well as this maroon hoodie, which the players are going to be wearing at Philly. That one, as well as we got some shirts. This is a long sleeve shirt that I have. It says DiZHonor with the slogan on it, and then the logo on the back. If you want to, go on over to Spreadshirt. I'll have the link in the description. You can buy it there. There's a couple of other t-shirts as well. There's a gamertag t-shirt and just a regular logo t-shirt, and another long sleeve with just the logo on it, not the actual like DiZHonor saying on it. But so that's all I have for you guys today. Sorry if I rambled on for too long. Leave a like on this video, share it, do whatever you want to, and I'll see you guys later.